ne number nti bomoden na friend na wonso ko no sisi wutiri ho no nya kama abusafo na pani bisa wo se wonsabuo ho nsem etesen ubu wonsa sei na esi eyewo wo yobia ubu wonsa wie na wote yaw anase beba wote yaw sene wote yaw pa de abomoden na pe MSP 30 nanom se wono MSP 30 a sa wonsabuo ho krone ba obi won mo se baba ko a emebio eba mienu a emebio ebema wo mensese na ubenya no ebe kama wo flow kama without pain enti enne se wonsaka MSP 30 dia na wonim se ensabuo mu yiawo nyina efi honomo anase wubu nsa na embayi a ananka bi ewe akire a mesre obomoden na ma wonsa entimi enka eye MSP 30 no ene betimi aboa ma wonsabuo no eho etimi aye hariso ama wankasa so wetimi afa wontima pefra ma wo ba wo ye ni nyina etimi ewie payon so kama ti we say ultimate clinic for and a day aba edwaso nti bomoden na ma wonsa entimi enka bi na wonso so timi de wo ho na emwa wo pa nti MSP 30 de obabi ehia efie bi wonso so ehia pa nti ma wonso wonsa entimi enka wo de mame enda eye media enu akwakogu no mame enda eye owura wedi kan wo hase owura Kingslow for sunti amwa a member of communications New Patriotic Party aba na asama de pono so a na yebedi ho nkomo nation goes digital with e-visa system. Was it run AUD or Mampina Casafa when Nana Pekra Yibubu mu nti we bufre bibre ma se na se wukite bibre ma your passport and idea and ye na a visa free or apply a won't ya she to unlike first another visa on arrival and say no you trim ama e-visa nti apply a system no go through within 48 hours near you sue a visa binum say hey that's why they bet me akwa for how about there be a security wise one penny so how be a name a major national security nti be near intentem so abambo adwuma yefo no wo mo ebe hu saso na Ghana Max AU Day with colorful flag raising a ceremony no a boom saso and a go after Galam safe and CSAU envoiced charge Mahama e wo penny me so wakanda da say financiers no wo na share change wo ba wo ne target nti ne ye be financiers no yensa kan bia na afei na eye EU paying no so mo ka cha ne se ko omumom na kwache wo afei ne ye kwache wo ana showdown looms over mid-year budget as minority threatens legal action almost say ne wo hwe certificate of agency na almost say bills na mako 33 adan ese aban ne abuse nti onya de se mo betimi atena se no so da we bedi hu nkomo se dem de ato manim no Owura Kingslow for sunti amwa a member of communications and New Patriotic Party e wo ha ora nti amama me mo wache mo atena se me da se mi ne oba bia wokode enyame adum pa de nyame ase ne any day di kan me no we share so oba na me di kan bisa me se na waba osi wache pa TV adom peso beta ba oh ananyesa sisi ade obeta hu me okay yate pa ye share nsu yiri ye minim se wo hu mia nsu yiri ni bia ko so ho no
very sad
enana pa ye ne Greater Accra regional nadmo director etwetwe nkomo a wokopie mu e wa Blekuma West na me pese ebo video no ye wi a na ya ba bedi nkomo afa ho nti producer video ni ready aboma me
we massive film me pese anka mekasa but I am putting the MC of Blekuma West and putting all of them on the spot. I am going to report to the regional minister. Some of these people must be sanctioned because buildings are not built in a day. Here demolition, the last house we demolished was this one. And they've sat down, okay, all these places, they're filling an air core. And these are some of the problems in terms of flooding. And all these buildings, so I'm instructing my firm in Admo director, someone who works in, they should mark all these properties. We will pull them down. But you as the media too, we want you to look at it. Me assure say okay only be demolition last time and get back na dan bia ni hanom overnight now for the feeling e ba hanom and these are some of the things yeah juma the person of money the ekoso then obi no so afechi di boni osun can you fire say ebe kunkrofo na ebibia the blame will go back to president. President, you know, this one there, me, I am putting the spotlight, like I said earlier on the municipal chief executive over here and the works engineer and the planners. So I'm betting assembly, no offices, no better there. Then they should sack all of them because we cannot go over and over, coming back on some of this. But you have been tasked to take charge of all these areas. Answer no, you to come and check everybody here whether they have permits. And if they have permits, then they should sanction the whoever issued the permit for the people to build on the waterland here. We are tired of all these things. The engineers, the planning officers, all those who sat, all those who are in charge of allowing these people to build here, they should be sanctioned.
They should be sanctioned. And yes, any MC no ebon komanda ye bisa. Osio ebi no mo efeli ho no so ne tax force no wo mo beko as me dem person nad mo penyin asemo epa na ejina so eya homete and it's quite frustrating say last year yakwa demolish eye fie ye hu say ho no ye ensuo enambia afi de yesan the following year ba ya ye feli ho no ama baby ho no so ya twen ye si edan e de si wo is it say ba ubepie mu e municipal honum ne ade omodwuma no omonye ne ye na say because what kind was engineer that people are responsible for that inti say on a regular basis omobekọ visit honum who say indeed ye demolish ye no obi make an attempt so obi si dan e wo honum ye pani eja to
you can remember and chairman ya this issues na ya homete pass the taxpayers' money. It's your amount for Kase Omonya Juma. Na Bruni Bekase Omo relenti on a Jumana or mine at your Mokase Omonya. So because we said the regional admudite and a Casano. The municipal engineer is there, the district or municipal chief executive, our air boss of municipality in Munina, so far, and Yama way Kosono, from the scratch. So we do baby I mean say na aban we should be able to crack the whip because we be kono both say be kwa na be public servants na omho be kire omno yejai political appointees no mo te ho. And so every day we go and sit in the office and allow some of these things to go on. And we say as a minor I was say they are nice form because we cannot develop when these indiscipline continues to go on in our communities. You two coin figure na ye call a man for Froswa. You who send ye planning communities no, and they send ye communities no, AFFA. A discipline. Because we cannot continue like this where Ubia sit down by Ubia with impunity. Na city authorities no, etnasi, eshe. Because every had 9 women where and ya bosumi and an out you disease had dying. It takes longer time. Obe fele ahwese fele na betena siye ansa na wahya se wo si dan no and city authorities see e betena wahwese anyema we nyina koso saa na you see the worst of it why na ya ne say e bia wo de wesi wo dan e baby papa men swampy areas men baby ansuo e betumi aba but because of obi negligence inti na wo chena no wo ti wo baby no na nsuo no aba be fa e di megidi say ya dum pempenso a e wo say political leaders no yehwe na ye crack ship no if it's somebody within us pay for many duties well ye nhwe say emran be adwuma because some of these things are very sad because enra o share enra me call because I will be your dance man make ho I had to wait for about 4 hours because me yes me ba me can no so wan so betwe me e de me akọ enti ye best share pass with this we should be able to crack the whip. Once we are able to do that, a best care amount for a proactive in terms of because I say we know how quite an office where now I relax and then be and funny and then I said the name of on care. But we did say when we continue like this, our cities will not develop. And amount a best the ordinary Ghanaian no or no be a odi mraso no on a time bia na naso asotwe ekono so because on not in the baby was be no amiko eze or no was very far away from the swamp area but because nkrofo sit dan asisi ho antino enso toye no na waka fie ontimi mpia bonte what I say it's the best city authorities na political appointees no e was here dey nice form Ghana no edu ba bia minimum way no emwa emasa nyama we nyina nkoso ba opese ye pese o mine develop ya menini say ye kwa abrochire ni ade a engineers na wo ho ni ade no they are super human beings they are the same people ye ni omotina classroom su ade ni ade nyina but why is it that they are able to do things right because of discipline and you know as people no I was here class near discipline say and near money cost even if the person is for no now all these people no musi den nya no e bia omo fi certain political background and you know MC you know krampo no his hands are tight untimi crack the whip but the meaning is we can continue as a country if we really want to develop I was said yes say ye crack whip no na ye who say obi ya ade onim say ade am irrespective of my political affiliation and send me to society no mu bia no emrane ni media ene me bedi said ye ye nye hwehwanimu ni ade me dey san hwehwanimu ni ade no ene kosoa ma san ne nema we nyina esi ewo ye communities no ye best share pa said ye nadmo regional director ne kan no e wo se du ba bia ye du obi scapegoat e ba ne sa no a e best care obi a will sit up say no we see what I say in the maintenance I mean so china we betimi atom and so we should not you see na make no e bia engineer no kwampo ho no hands are tight obekọ baba report oh engineer had there we dey engineer am sa so
minipa
you know you know e ba ne say ya investigation no was say cost ye na whoever is found culpable no yempa punishment na nya adwuma
okay matse memo wa home so na ye ka say ora ya asanita no a political analyst Adekye Nsroma I'm watching what's not say I did some baby Diana show glasses of fire now Bibi aboko de hey o why a fan of pay
also why oh yes yeah Jack
Baba na ye answer na beba ye issues no so na ye kasafa enran so etoye flood course so ma ye Greater Accra regional nadmo director ekopi mu Ablekuma Western bia omu demolition last year na omu koye no bi mu say fele wo ho ama ye reporter ba kokwa no odi echi a okase say si dan ni bio enso kompo assign esi ho am say he was so furious say e ban say na obepi mu assembly na there are people who are in charge of that. And they say, "Womunyo omojuma inko enye because regularly, you know, komu eco inspection omu say anka nyane so be say there na so be fele." Nti adwuma no mutimi nti enyi womodi emfree ho no na ne emfa you know competent people are on betimi aba be ye adwuma nti na ya no gusu ana ye ka obai nti ja o chewe na obe comment on na ye ko issues no.
And shade I mention our production team.
Yeah, just.
I mention many share for the first time I think so. And Western of so before Ghana for to be precise. Na match all the security agencies, especially the Ghana Police Service, from Bob No rank to IGP Christian Teteyono, and one COP from Ponketia, Martin and Kappa, open Michel. Na match ya owura edugita makro and honorable Dafia Mepo leader na memfanche mu odem afechi awono and Edmond Combat na Senyo Chagli and Mr. and Mrs. Amanziba na chia omunyana na Fentel GH and omapamata di the Ashamenti Fentel GH Medasi Kwesi Bentel Fentel GH Abeka free pipe down and yambo modern patronize Fentel GH na yem promote brand nti Abeka free pipe ene mena for am no mbaha patronize Fentel GH Abeka free pipe down estabna agbese be fiam chia Mr. Abna ensem ha ba wo ho oman a yenni da bia meka as an Nkromahist nti yenni ideology no ye normal etochima se we abosom adwuma na before the month ends untume planning the order with salary ebe ya just bibi kakra etochima ewo wabrabum na it is the same with Ghana. You're planning especially the special planning system two porous na we and free your land tenure system now obi to me sorry no akoto asase obabi and we sit down has contributed greatly to this menace every now and then in social platform being where and discussing about flood Kwame Nkrumah ni yansem ositama community 1 to 20 to 10 na osiwie ye no you said this is proper planning. We and no free estate ahora Kwame Nkrumah see you could tell that the country was on a trajectory of proper community layout. In the last 7-year development plan, now there was supposed to be 2 football fields, Ufri Ring Road, eba between Mwako Circle, na sanka bakun left, bakun right. And ne, ansan wabi drew circle grow. And ne, as we speak, those planning systems that were put in place by our forefathers, and can say advisably, Ejibi Bresono, in the 50s and 60s, no. Ninyina ene technology advancement ene ya suyo huna yenyano anke yase de yadi papa no we still construct gutters with without covers and I say open gutter construction and the gutters are such that so shallow wodwen ho wonti ase na me can say obi ato asase no wasi ni anyhow anka san yaban responsibility say yase akra ya trim and I say be a features say a bonsa woman no man. Nan can say a bang say estate developers na years as na mama. Nan can you demarcate baby a besi than a baby a kwan be fancy be file electricity ni ya yini nyina gu. But because any bang any dears as na man intino. Him for turn anyhow intino. Ubia si dan ya o si ni anyhow. Enti who street say street daha and I say gutter edaha. And ideology na me kan no because ya entity ye after the overthrow of the first president of the Republic of Ghana. Entity ya no dey mayen through the young pioneers. Anka Ghana for by this time your conscience bachelor and say you cannot litter around. Your conscience bachelor ban say it is necessary say a kwan a wire that piece from anim ha nyina side and side ni nyina the clean pavement I fin bi ani ho obi a entumi mfa ankora ene yemochia 3 friend saying blocks no de abegu ho no the jersey so o se me chikoko ho me tutun abro ho me ankanessa no man ni ho but because yantete ye free ye kola abrimu no ye generation no we have no idea of what it is to get a proper or to have a proper planning in a community. But the MA and say, Omoko a brochire, Omuhudi woho. Yet they cannot come and implement it. Make sure not more director the fury about what happened. You see, who is to be blamed? So being the issue permit now, as he said now. Will that person be brought to book? That's one question. Nipa na wonso wo si dan ya wonim say gata wo na say nsuo kwan so na wo kosi no. Sebe wondwen eho. And assembly no so a omoye responsible in our community say mo na mbehwe ama edansi so obi si do edan obabi a enya mo behwe no. Omo so omo te office no evaluation monitoring and evaluation. Omo koye demolition and so no. Ye nim say ye suni ye ban no anka mo ye demolition in you it is incumbent also on you to within some intervals, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Say, what is happening there? I remember very well. When he was a mayor in demolish all kiosks and other structures are any authorized. Illegal was along the rail side you could see it.
They go to a point that means I own inside a crack or not quite the baby.
I'm telling you.
Almost the red that you paint is sign one, we shouldn't go beyond her. Hey.
Now we have that mindset, say about Bema. Giddy yem two omo. Yebubu way. Yebubu here. It ends there. Because the kuma partners are real, no? If we say be crema fala ha. Especially Alajo Bridge and some more cars, more repair cars. Some time back now, you couldn't even see the rail. And now, beg you, if you what the whole fine, any go back and check. And see, may be a bar. What they say, oh, me per se, you must say, may you, what tears, me woodine. What measures have you put in place? Laws they will be
the following year, not dinosaur.
Exactly. What do you do there after demolition? Some amenities, plants, some things along. No one will say, want to mean traha. You will be one. Any you know. And you soon so ideology na yantity ye nintino. Kwa brane pass se wura. Oh, yantity ye yantity ye ba kukura. Kwa brane se sa wura. Na nsuo to no hwie agugotam nsuo no fanko na kwa brane so package ewura omutumi de hye old suitcase mu
pomo to get him
oba depo nim ho no be yes ho ku okone baabi sa ni pawe Sunday oba kwatra sorry anaso oba ko mosque obi tumi package nice bullet what package the nice as if to say obi ajani normal na esisi they just leave them at nowhere would define. Can you count such a person as a human being in a society? It's as simple as that. If capital city and a foot to make boys, I won't be a foot on feedback. Once I will call a brochure, hardly will you see those things unless they're hinterlands. How crop on the road?
Come down, say no. Roads like gravels go so.
We don't respect nature. We free London air called Newcastle upon time. From a question, even though that place is unoccupied, and you haven't said you must your trimming or more a quan party. Don't joke. Say you are no bedria or more idea or more share. And making sure some profound so and making sure say embu and I say and they are watching every time. Young Kwadi, now I did a quan crop and you're better than a plant. We don't respect nature. Intina, dear Kosu, and I can assure you, say, as a son, you should buy a buy as a son, you suit in a bank. Yes, as a son, you soon a bank. Not the engineers are all a wahano, or more so, I near the factor. The next 20 years, we'll still be talking about this thing. They're putting my year in conclusion. It's your car, both left and right. So if you have air qua. We do a Ghana Telecom school no opposite one. Monsieur Ta, well, here you can say, you be found canako. Any more, we whole flat, no. What train also no do depot traffic now on the other side? Ufi a circle back. And also show to make Tahosa, what dream I would just say. So are the engineers and the highway and code are they telling us that they haven't seen all these things? Real like the SCC a quan who that dear. This is us. And the way the skirmishes, you will cause work cancer in the next 50 years. There's no hope for me when it comes to these things.
Of I am a hope, because there's no hope.
At that time, they never knew hope. No, so many made transfer for about 120 years. You
always have to also the edition say a nation goes digital with e-visa system. Any edition said I pay the mabubu mambo bosswa and sabre dear. Say, oh, bow my gun, no kita a bibi wa say passport and a dear. And once all be go online, what apply within 48 hours into follow a system now. It's a systematic. And why 48 hours now visa and issue with no fee. so and as a wolf free other amanona say passport and they will be $260 and also the same visa no and visa on arrival on dear dear sabe yemfendi jume bi o mampanyina kan so we say betimi abo especially eba na bibrimu ha say ya bedding bed die so o me ko ha say metu eba ma yentem ayonkofa no yetimi strengthen afa eba na dwedie enso so a ebitimi akoso pa Kingsley me sure say dey free.
Okay, me that say unyaba e-visa. When I heard the president talking about it yesterday, I felt so sad.
Hey.
Yeah, I felt so sad. Say, maybe you do a Ghana. Should we go back? Because these things were done, started way back.
Yasha said that. In case I say Yasha said, and
Yasha said that. Even in 2024, before we left, MPP left government, His Excellency the former president, a guarantee said, Africa, be mamu henina, no bagana, file passport, no aba. We can be 30 days now. Today, President Mahama Canada.
I won't you hurry.
I can send you the cabinet memo, the letter from the presidency, foreign affairs, everything. I can forward them to you for our viewers to look at it. And see, the President Mahama is saying, yeah, research, or more research Ghana, and the Yako back now. It's sad.
Where do you mean person for mommy because it's new. I said we were given a call this December. No,
you can read this to your viewers.
And
so now yadi kan agrante sadie we dada.
Okay, mpacho kasa.
Yadi kan the former abino edi kan aye. Say abibi maimu ha nyina no.
Which is 13 December 2024.
Say o bagana, o ho kwan say o fa o passport o di bagana. I will be a misa ohwe. Ebi o ya ba e-visa nsem ya. Ya starting way back o. It was launched way back in 2022. It was launched way back in 2022. Enye ne na ye be kan e-visa ho asem e ye maimu ha ye we. Because you see e-visa no ye nya no in vacuum. His Excellency the former president, the digitalization or say no. Sa policy no na ya to aso abesi. So e-visa is not new in Ghana. Yasha said that. Yeah, me kai say yeah December in GH. Na Ghana.
Memorandum for executive approval of multilateral visa waiver arrangement for all African countries. Into letter no. I refer to your letter dated 13 December 2024 with reference number LEVIEX regarding the above subject matter. The President has granted executive approval for a multilateral arrangement on the exemption from visa requirement for diplomatic since special official and ordinary passport holder of all African countries for 30 days within a 90-day calendar period. I shall be granted if you could take the requisite action on the above. Okay. So was it approved?
This was executive approval. This is executive approval. What letterhead is this? It's executive approval.
Of the president.
Exactly, signed by the secretary to the president. And so, 2 years later, now Obabe Kache is
was it not done within a period of time?
Which period? This one is an executive approval. It's executive approval. What you say? And so, it is not something that is being done. And what you say? Question you be say, reset agenda na ye ka ho asem no e yade a NDC for the President Mahama e be say almost signed the Ghana akoyachi anasisen because one would expect that the ye to say the moya e-visa asem am okay e yade a na ya sha said that President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ye sa nima we nyina ye build the infrastructure no who nim say ye ntumi nya digital e-visa no without the necessary digital infrastructure. All these things were done during the era of the MPP. And this year, near Manasa Mobile Betwaso, Namosan resetting the Yako back, say, afraid first and an Kebia, me what Togo me back Ghana, me family passport, and I meba. Nasi say me back Ghana, I've been a meba San Kodina internet or so I could feel it for my Koye. So look, the country, the world is moving at a faster rate. There are European countries and they, Ukraine, your service passport, you don't fill any form. For our passport now, what typical example.
But in this case, you know, this is where they've launched e-visa portal. You can go there and then register. But in your tenure, no, it wasn't like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Is even with the e-visa infrastructure we are using now, it's been there. It was launched way back in 2022.
Oh no, it was launched yesterday.
No. You see, that's what I'm telling you. The reset agenda now more, you know, almost sound the yekoyechi. And near mother than I no, and no one chance see a yen of fro. Leave visa some there. Ya can you visa some. You see, I've been a member of this Ghana December in GH committee for a very long time. And at a point, you know, when the diaspora were coming in December, they were complaining. So we started all these things. All these things were done. That is why we started. We first started with visas on arrival. Then we moved to e-visa. And so the infrastructure and everything was there. Yes, sir, Nema way in Adida. And then, President Mahama Bekache say, say to was afraid I yes, visa see what Ghana, David, or Casa and no could be any. It was started way back.
So some more started, but man launch it.
Oh,
so take credit, say you started. But when it comes to the launch and idea, something that says in
2002 or something like that.
Because I say as early as 2019, previous NPP administration and Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia said they have plans to even do that. Exactly. And to say even as far back as 2022,
as far back as 2022. You see, as one of these things honesty. We see, we should be able to give credit where credit is due. We did this thing way back. Then this is for Nankasana between 2009 to 2016. It was a name question is out of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Ajempa and then digitization and then this one say that na Fred Mubuofu or Ghana Hano. No. President former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia on a chance here you see and last week we just saw say Ghana card say about 4,000 countries or whatever countries I said they accepted Ghana card. Them say, hey, Ghana card na mu demonize Ghana card to the extent that most Mokrambo munko ye Ghana card. I feel the moment we say Ghana card na so banfaso. Martin say Interior Minister say Ghana card no e boakra e ma ye check criminals ni ade. You see, NDC for no should be honest. You see, omammo de ye mfa ntro ne nada ene siniki emu oman what dey say ya then it comes to hit you back again. Okay? Into your best. And nearma way na ye nearma na ye nim say o mine betumi atumpon na o mine Ghana fa ne ntoma pafra na ye de atoto abibremu mine ho a e wo say sa nearma way na ye hyase say ye that you see you can't do them one day. We need to start from somewhere, and that is what during our time no ye hyase say ye sa nearma way na timi aboa Ghana. You see Ghana say ka ye host after Ghana. Enti na ye nema ya say ye dey to akwan mu sanya be ya edwedie mu nsem wo Ghana no ebetumi akoso wano because obi ba Ghana be didwa na obi ba Ghana for tourism purposes na visa nsem be ha dwen ama ontimi ma na wo say ye fa kwan bi so na ye yi sa nema we na fio because to tell you say me mikra service passport na me call Germany me fa me passport up and me call Germany straight away I mean nefi nenne so ka tell me say you visa service passport na no me kwa me sign continent internet so me fill it form. Is it the same? And that is what we are talking about. You see, we were trying to make sure say when people are coming into our country to do business for tourism and all that, it will be much easier. And that is why that executive instrument was issued, executive approval was given way back in 2024. Ninano was to aid and crowdfund Eba Ghana. So amu bani Ghana bedidwa, amu ba Ghana abeye niema, ebe boye man na maye man no etumpon. Edinema President Mahama san ba say afei na me be ye we say na o kan ene de eye crocodile John and na da bi oda Ghana for because ade no e wo hodada enya ade a afei na out of ingenuity bia oh yes I did we say Jacob bia. It is something that has been there. It is something that our colleagues from other countries has been benefiting way back.
Okay, Matimeda say I was for ear kasa CCA Honorable Fred Agbenyo Ababeka Yensa Mashebedweni Emma Omanfo mo Gwan Honorable Mwache Mwatna say.
See Fred right come up
when you want me so na bode na me na do mo.
Bo ho efe.
Me wache me da say. Also o de say o de won ye fe dada. Ave na dey essence kra.
Dey be wesa me ho ne.
When you me won mache. Na dey dey no pe chala position so dey bi o. Asana to sorry koko kra nya bi no mo. Na dey gbegbegbegbegbegbe.
Then dey so free abeto koko amana no mo.
Asana o ye dey say me kan me mo bo. Ana ba du dia dem boni be.
Say Fred mo
yes obi hu dai ena adwin bibi hu ena bibi ba ya adwin na sa na de bo man na ko 1992 constitution unim nyama am fa adwin Ghana da
ka say adwin hu in 2022 way back
na no pe na budget so de
Honorable Chia member of Firehouse Miriam Abaho
ba me chi edi fo nyinara na me chi amenia sa na eti o enya mfumu so ye dey akọ I think opportunity bi sa na eti do the take it easy why e cha na oba check akra until the man it just so ntem ada how into the to bo ase na me chi eti fo nyina Ghana fo ahwefo nyina YouTube fo ahwefo me da ma se na mama akonya.
Okay yo mate offer mama mra osna me nwi nko no
Astabna politicians ye ho wa
mutete ye
na me ka so mo ho when you na me try frantically say me hu when NPP launched the e-visa so the bear between just a post na media analysis nti na me hu na mbisa AI and AI can share me say Ghana officially introduced its first ever on May 25th, 2026 African Day. And my main and my son called before the same AI. And I maybe say, did NPP introduce e-visa in Ghana? And I said no. The e-visa was not introduced by the NPP. Ghana's official electronic visa, e-visa service platform was launched by President John Dramani Mahama as the National Democratic Congress on May 25, 2026. And of course, Musa.
The evolution of e-visa system. That is where, or say, the NPP initiative, the grounded and plans for a digital travel transition began under the previous NPP administration as early as 2019. Then Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia announced plans to move the country towards a tech-driven border system.
And come on, making kind also because now me search it. And me man type of evolution, but me say
discussion.
Me we say no sir. To say the work did NPP also no also so you said no 25. So that is why I was even telling me sir with the portal it was launched NRA.
But what the I'm cancer politicians you know who say these comments when you forgive me any the way you use media and a platform. Any continuity of a
project,
former buying project, no, are very difficult, which becomes a burden on the taxpayer because, say, NPP fee na NDC ba, na projects are harder than NDC ba be shall say, NDC free na say NPP ba, projects are harder than say NDC ba be to us trouble. Omoye we are like my brother was saying. Credit will not be given to anybody. I remember very well, may his soul rest in peace, Ura Tamils, the N1. Ura Kufa Bamuno Moshasi. Papa Kwasindo, my Naya no Kojono. Ona na oye a friend
or revive it.
There be no ye in charge of Sa and a Omoko sign deal no for. There's a name for that loan. Is it Millennium Challenge? Something.
Yeah.
You know. Into Omampenko for enwie no. Owura mills the be complete here through the overhead na interchange na no abeka.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dabi
Malam. Okay.
Yeah.
Into we no na o say eja o na o sha ase o nti yenko na yenko commission MPP for say da ko hwe jowru ade omko ye ho ye ma papa mpie enko ye ma ni mpie kura nko join ma ye nye commission no me wa se papa na ma credit nso a anke no so eho wasem nti eyenya na ye ma taxpayer na bre. I have stated one particular project a war police headquarters at Chiho Pay na nke ye vice presidential villa. And this
yeah, last week you boss.
And this is Shasi almost completed. I may be a technical person, but I can say more than 80% complete. And the NPP buy and almost say and almost say this is spent about is it $15 million or 80 as we speak. Project Nakaho and Dana Apro Isiho. Into dynamic can say entity you know. You must understand me. This is who we are. This is who we are. In the sense, say, sa visa asemo. Sabe enye Ghana happen enye ha ni free buy. Ye ade ama bebre yusu. Enti the executive approval many eka ho asem. Ene normal. Me who obabia say NPP launched the platform. I will bet me apply. I stand to be corrected. Enti I am amaya nyan mane meye hu say the SC enra ye ade bia obi aya to ho dadada. The foundational na we your friend say oko Ghana card. One sha say Omampenko fo no sha say and na owura mills ebeto aso me kai pass yes your friend is saying
about
this man Debbie Dr. Haji he was in charge because I remember because now yes 40-year development plan under Mills Mahamano and omuyi political representatives across the spectrum say yenko all the districts and the regions now yenko education about the 40-year development plan until fortunately now me can be from the Convention People's Party until we went round and I remember very well under Dr. Haji's tenure of office only NDC Ghana card they go to a far extent. That is where my wife got her first
Ghana card.
Got
my first card.
But and then almost into almost and then this yanye Ghana card bia obi nkan say NDC na sha ase and even the card who can year pa carding system any free maternal health care and Rollins mo address no mo keka ho nsema bedum pempesu bi kropa na health care no na Rollins address no na ye pilot. But politician doesn't want to give credit to whoever started what. Yes, the foundational ground as Stabna Kinkayan was discussed, has been laid, Ubia Babe Tuaso. And the best you could say, they said, oh, the pack, say, or more Babe Tuaso, no more lay, or more at the platform, no, Abba Ubia, because a BB, you so say, a ye, into your chassis. I say, I don't man, I say,
I said, you visa, and that corner, sorry, you visa.
You understand? A process.
Dr. Baumia can digitization.
Yes, Dr. Baumia to hold. Man can say, man, somehow die. But I'm saying, say, to come out with the platform will be to me alcohol, no apply and all those things. Yeah, can say, and run a launch here, first ever. We should accept that. That is not to say MPP for somehow die, right? And I'll commend His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and let me also commend the dreamers, those who started. Say, BBC Beya Abu Ghana. Nam Pempe so idea be doing. Because I know the NDC led by John Mahama as a pro-socialist, they are more into wanting Africa to unite. They are more into wanting to ensure, say, trade amongst ourselves will be the way forward. Because Africa if we trade vigorously amongst ourselves, Africans, and one hub say, African continent let's say about 3-5 big chocolate factories. Yanka say a better added value to it. Ye tea cocoa near tra, Nina air coffee. And can have microphones see na cocoa price a better from now, ye and them cocoa say a year emphatanoma. The socialist viewpoint from the NDC, and Emma who said there's that drive to ensure, say, Africans will connect. And of course, the diasporan issues, it's a good thing, and I pray the government would even expand it to another level. Now you don't even need a passport to go to any of the African countries. But because South Africa, whom we helped to attain independence, have the guts to tell us to go back to our country.
Living since almost a part of Africa, no.
That this is not African, your behavior in South Africa, and of course it's not the entire South Africans, but a group of them. We need to show them that this is not the way of the black man. We need to create our own identity, and that identity must encompass all of us. And yes, you don't have to isolate yourself as if you live on an island. We are all interconnected. There are people who are doing businesses in Ghana who are from South Africa, who call US, UK, any Hong Kong. In Crawford, power where the Indians and the Lebanese. And they are more jetting to manpower or more restaurant belongs to them. Until we use other people to build other countries. So don't tell us that leave our country and go and build your country. We have South Africans here. Why don't they live here and go and build their own country? We are interconnected. We are one. It is the Caucasian, person of South Africa, who came to create these barriers amongst us. Otherwise, we were supposed to be one. So South Africans, please stop what you are doing. It doesn't speak well of you. Me, for instance, if you give me free visa to go to South Africa, I won't go. I will never step there. I won't go. In my whole life, I will not step in South Africa.
Hey.
Yes, for this xenophobic nonsense. I will never step there. For what?
I never say never.
My country.
Now you're preaching, peace.
But they will not allow peace to reign.
Whatever you want to teach, and you lead by example.
No, they will not allow peace to reign. We can sit here and teach them how to do it. We will accept them, we will embrace them, right? But I will not go there for anybody to die an unnecessary death. No.
Okay, Mate, Medase, Honorable.
Mame, Medase Bebre, and let me start off from where you left off. For the purpose of the South Africans watching us, we condemn in all certain terms the barbaric behavior that they are exhibiting in South Africa. It does appear they have forgotten the history and how they were liberated. They have forgotten the role that several African countries played in getting them to form a nation today, in getting them, the blacks, to be recognized as human beings among the whites. They've forgotten. They have forgotten. It's our labor, it's our toil, it's our money. The likes of Mandela will come to this country and come and take money from here. We play several roles in getting them where they are now. Sometimes you sit down and go to Africa and you watch it, it's as if South Africa was a better nation under apartheid than it is today. The white managed Africa better than the blacks who are there managing it today. It was a peaceful country. It was a country you can, compare to any other country in Europe. Today the story is different. The insecurity and the way they are running down everything. Should Nigerians wake up one day and say, come and take your company from here and leave? Can they survive? Should we say we're also moving our account? Can they survive? They should stop it. It's unacceptable. We need each other. This backwardness must end. And I think we are pampering them too much. And if it continues, we must show them that they belong to a community of nations. If they want to be on an island to themselves, we'll create an island for them. We can no longer continue to pamper them. They are not babies. Coming back to the substantive discussion. Yes, maybe we are saying no. Portuguese and we say we are a global village. Eya kwa say bibi ani ho obadwi ho na Ghana ha. Obi ndwi ho e obebi da. And so what is happening globally in this year, say we imitate and we adapt to suit our situation. Otu kwana kwa America, now so mo ye bibi na eye fe na de na ebo man na. Now so wesua. Now they about chrome. Now abe ye ne such a way a betimi abo man na tompon. Enti eye den say obefa idea bi say eye novelty. Say e bi nsi we bi da. Ana obi ndwe ho da. Nya odwe obia ye bibia fa ho. I say research aye nyina.
Man them you pick.
Yes, research aye nyina obia kodu baby. Now so akọ small bibi kakra now so da to aso. Say na we ase akoye o. Enti se ba bet na efide kese so. Na say obi num whiskey ana onum tea bi in 2019 and ebo fa na team say oh yenye e-visa. Na enu nti no o na di ade ni nyina ba ye bi nsida wi ase. Na akeke da so keke amanfo so dia. Saka de obi na obi be bega don na ye. You know what people dream about every day? Do you know what people's minds tell them every day as how we can solve our problem? No. Me bet na ha.
Menye ni so bi betimi anom tea na so be no made ama na bo afre ni tire.
Hey, na say o share videos bi me ba. O na social videos bi on social media. Obi mi wa na otwenye ma bi wi ha. Na sanu o say so da nanim.
Me kai so fire e kan time no end no can say because you intimi for credit emma each other. Or Cassis or Casomo or more impomunya dayason. No, you see, dayason, ye papa, me, Incomodiano, and can make the of a year, no, I'm a night day. But she is a man now, me at Yanaka, Fatima Botano, or not seeing more kind of Pebeferry. But one castle be no. What is the more kind? FIV President Mamma. Did you realize the way you describe him on this issue? And I'm Kotopo and Ocantro, and I heard him. Don't interject me, interject say, once you know, I shall force it to be near. I thought me come Bonnie on pay. Obiano is coming up with anything, 80. And trust no muchayo. There became say, trust. My trust. So also when you're the Macan for you. That's Mentoazo. Do so. This is the first time when you know check on the internet. In 2019, I'm with Uncle Moy, ever 11. It's now by 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 6 years. Yan fa blog bi anto fem. Yan fa office bi anto baby ya. Yan to anamo bia say ye e-levy. And I first step there fast say Ghana is not the first nation in the world. E-visa. A month for yeah. Hey, what's the company say e-levy? E-visa. We are not the first nation in the world. It is easy to crack with because a month will be here. And hey, you can hit me you. Now so what pepper? What grandpa? Hey, I dear flock motor person year. 6 years dear. And this a bad idea. You do 1.5 years here. And I'm saying also our papa say be yenti. Sure you can evolution of technology in Ghana. We end this firma enye ye. Uchi ho tan a enye ye. Saving self we be back Ghana. Na ehwe dwuma nyina. Go back in the 90s from 1997-98 when you represent Mahama then was a deputy minister of communication and later became substantive. That was the time asanya me nyina ba. On to me nka say etam na bedu Ghana bebre nti no on na de baye because access you amama bebre hu no ohun ye na ye twene ba Ghana so uhwe ene ye telecommunication infrastructure say fa ba octis ya lay the eastern corridor all the way from Accra all through to the northern and upper east regions. It was done under Yeura Professor Mills, John Dramani Mahama at the time Yeura Henry Drisu, Minister of Communication.
and later Dr. Manibuama. That was when that fiber optics was laid. The office that is even housing the communication infrastructure today in Ghana, either two, they were just part of the Ministry of Communication in a very small apartment. And if you did to their go, me, I got my Ghana card far back in 2010. The current CEO of on that I know you me card that the minute share war Jama Lego me pass him baby and me card the mame 2010 enti enye so obi antu one number President Gufo like rightly said this conversation about having a Ghana card started under President Gufo in 2006
and 8 years
and not one number say ye ba ye started issue cards then we lost power
8 years
and am buy mo say nkrofo na ede ato no mo de ade no mo mpe mo to mo amode bedane ase mo ha o ka ewura Canada Japan ebe ka ss scanner ebo no mo tuaka na ebo na too much nsem bebre amafo ko di musika we had a lot of things in this country you live near the abano eba be bo Ghana man Ghana Daniel Maya Africa ye de ni anyame a share bi anka ya pampa no in terms of resources be bia no we should be at the forefront of everything. Unfortunately, yes, I ain't me manage any maintenance and never ha. Chesi a bia to say Africa ni bia ne say be over African visa passport bia no. O bagana. O nya say obetua scabians na ma e-levy. E-visa asemo anapay dia.
E-visa number.
Say I know. Yes say application no o ko online. No ko fill forms. O fill forms na.
Within 48
hours. Now sanka. And two bedroom tourist be antina bridge and I'm a home and I'm here say share on go phone on
pension say on be issue QR code into do immigration they will just scan.
You scan it now call share a man for more bridge baby one sometimes the things they go through to even get our passport and after the distance 90 obe free one state either to America you know so one go Washington now even akonya even Ghana visa and so be free Texas Tonaba was any quankitiwa. It's a nice sample for you now more all the states in America or so about Ghana. A room here so called embassy bill. Or to the comfort of the room while filling the forms. Within 48 hours, you are delivering the visa the man on the phone so and an email. Now so see when you are the papa. No be and being 1 to 1 and more. And you can be on pan up say no mining quay. Now me near me de say check nyame boa in the next 2 months in August. Who could reporter and you see your shoes, after see your belt, after Sanya money na ye de fidie ke se de ba. Sade ya no me say, who can tell bag do hand like nyama ye see your laptop free o bag mu after mpaboa na nini na esu
papa BSC.
Na me enye me wan Sanya me ba. E na de 6 terminal 3 days away. O hwete na 6 terminal 3. Amafo bi ba ye no me ye see COVID abo ye de fidie be si ho ye de Nigeria for abepetna ye di musika poto and now could be airport and yes see na yasan ba ye renovation airport na ka yesi ye no ensan gina ho no o me send koye duty free omo de mo ho e de ye modwuma. We know what you did. You came to enrich yourselves, no problem. Ye de ye ba be sia magana fo nyina nya ho fa so enti na motu na ye de aba ne no ene wo de call on the internet ko be bia amafo ni agema na broso. We are not going to compromise the security of this country. Ghana Immigration Service are going to be in charge. They are going to work hand in hand with all the security architecture of the nation. Ebe ni pabonifobi, entimi enfem no so embe we omemu embe di bonebia. Enti ade pa na aye say AU Day and they are launching this platform to tell all Africans say as several Dr. Kwame Nkrumah Kaye in the declaration of Ghana's independence that Ghana's independence is meaningless unless it's linked up to the total liberation of the African continent. No tita no be dia de kura scan onya enyina no. All the boabo mind be on the sub-region and the entire African continent said almost omo liberation omo independence. And now we have shown the way that once you are an African, South African puna Ghana, now kura passport o de men tua visa fee bia bra na nyina entrance na yejuma. Ofra ma no na ba fish no platform no so kotua no anya na fu. I thought that this morning all of us should be arms clapping and praising the president instead of trying to equalize and say the determination as whether you did well in government or not. That decision was taken by the people of this country in the 2024 elections. They saw your performance, they saw your work, and they made a decisive decision on that. That chapter is closed. For now, you see, to say, oh, this is an insult, but I don't know to say Ghana for sebi, Ghana for munim nyansa, and to beat me tran tromomo. Na san trono, umagina so about that mom. That's an insult to the sensibility of Ghanaians. Ghana for munim papa. Omu huan dear. It will be natural trauma, man, my being treaty. Is that what you are saying? You can't insult the people of this country. Ghanaians are very discerning. At every material point in time, omunim yeye momo. Omunim no mope. Okay, Ghana for answer. So when they take a decision, don't say, tron will be a car. One trono. Okay. And they can't trauma on her. And they can't go there. So, perception answer there. There be Pacho. Why? Me see them. Me do my penny say. Minister of Communication, penny for you now, Macabum. Ne, Sadi, I can do my Ghana. Me do be a say. Me pa bonnet say, you're about to any money, nay, not any fast way bray. Ghana, I say, tourism sector, a sector here we have not paid particular attention to. And she said, when that is, I said, tourists can come from all over the world. The revenue that will come into this country, and it's a very good platform that has been created, and we need to commend the president, commend everybody who has played their role actively. If Alhaji Baumia or my friends MP won't take credit, we are not taking credit to ourselves. Okay. So also from there, that's fine.
Matsemeda say honorable. Yeah, to also go after Galamsey Financiers, AU Envoy Charge Mahama. Inti ene African Union's ambassadors, Ghana's ambassadors, and more. Say, Yanya the next 5 decades, a dear enemy, and so about be luxury, Eddie Amaye. Na ye can't ensue, and so dear, the intimate can jai, and near mana, a say ensue, a galam Saint Sabri. Omakacho Mampany say, Sa financiers, no, I will mushe galam see a chi, na me kai so pass on Mampany, Tabano Pitu no kai. We see any woman as a bobo and self why I chill woman and no woman would take your mudisica. I take your mood to no pa and any Italian to almost say, oh, my penny and go after woman. I mentioned the same frequency, honor. I know if I mean as if you mean the best of me and I'm about so.
Okay, and run on a area of Semagana. Pa say 2026 is taking a foreigner to come and tell us, say. Galamsey say yensu enti yenche amount for tai Galamsey echi. So Obekaya prior to election 2024, His Excellency the President of Ghana now, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, he made very emphatic statement that Galamsey no, new boys na ye Galamsey no, and Crawford Tayechi. And I'm doing musica, a toss cavity, small mere Galamsey, and to oba, the target in you. Obey a fit, and I was swimming numerous a fit, a couple swimming sieni. Some way to make a check Ghana for and say, Galamsey, Ubiaibi, the party for Craibi. It's sad. And so it's taking a foreigner to come and tell us that Yanchi Galamsey for. I felt so bad, so embarrassed. Say, on my yetimi, I want leaders. Ya to abama mpanimfo say yenhwe na my in koso. Na enema titisink enema ehuhia sei no. Yetina ho na foforo na ebeka che. Ya Galamsey be sine. President Mahama Bahi, there had not been any commitment. At least President Kufuor at the time cried yenya Operation Hold 1, Operation Hold 2. I who said the government was doing something.
Not even Blue Water Guards, not even NIMOS. The NIMOS say
NIMOS they a job for the boys. What would do for party people?
But they are working.
What work? Maybe me figure I'm say place.
It show you maybe reported that I think they even in rap much.
Unim kwaben, achim kwaben. Etiwa West, enam we chrome ni ho.
Oh, okay.
Galamsey koso butu every day. Galamsey is going on there.
Within 1 year, yana koswana.
That you see, and nothing na Ghana for to Obama President Mahama no. And nothing na Ghana for say, young cotton chain or see or ball bet to so Ghana for who say, Galamsey no, assuming a new man Kufa to a criminal was on in Nafa at the time no. Yan Tanasia foreigners never catch a say, young hot Galamsey.
But say no waka say yes sad but Jesus no me aden so kasai.
That catch Jesus for ne kasani nano. Na ye tu hwana mo. Na me catch on we operation halt, operation this, cowling way na.
The result enough.
You do baby. Okay ya, ye nsuo no kwa start say e change. Nsuo start say change. Emma ye reclaim lands ne sa na ema ni nyina na koso wo man mu. But President Mahama ba ye de aye west. The where Galamsey no air costs here and there. Me say there are places you go when you gani. Ade na sometimes when I'm driving far, you Kumasi Koinsuwa, who say go for a year daylight, go for a Galamsey under President Mahama because we can or any party for cry. Under this government, yeah, my can say is what hasn't been alert to say national party executives. Galamsey, won't you?
I mean the sokas are late.
Now one to say
I say
one to say
investigating.
I just sad. And so if President Mahama come to tell you say people from his government are doing Galamsey, how is he going to arrest them? How is it? You see, your tone, your color TV, your color black and white Ghana. And you're sad. You're going to say you bet now na obi fini mamu never catch you say you crack a whip. It's very, very, very sad. Because you see, Ghana for decided say embassy sound by no a son say no more feel say they were not satisfied with what the then government was doing. But what is happening now is worse. The financiers are there. I mean, say President Mahama and near breast of a sort chief financiers obey. But me no can say. Now I want to say I say the excavators in your mamba. A bank was seizing near money now. Now question is say. Investigations been a year. Omo di buy no more di buy and what has happened to them? Nothing happened. Nothing. Did you see? Okay? And so the commitment of His Excellency the President of the Republic to fight Galamsey no ubisami America is about 20%. You're Sami Demfi. Did that now a year I was Galamsey who no. What's in the Galamsey gold no? Oh come on. You see, we don't need a soothsayer to say some of these things to you. Okay, and so I'm saying all this because of your commitment and your there. They were some Demfi, Adekye Nsroma, Adekye Nsroma, near press conferences, no, and they prano. I am mineral, in so Kojana, and I Sami Demfi so Ghana view. And as I say, I there gold board about Ama, you say your tongue Ghana gold, you know, ni refugee. Your mind Ghana when here. Because a name man no bibia nche se amampan for se siano o ma ye crowd say yensuo na access safety be si no o ma ye committed so mbehwe na yensuo no nyina at eniati because ya ti ase president am hu say se siano ne nkrofo no ye Galamsey to such a time say ne nkrofo no be jai no is not committed and they say am ati ase say gold no and support whatever and so the commitment now any kasana no can opposition in no say I white horse ontimi act and it's so sad. Sometimes the question some of us tend to ask is it because some of these Galamsey financiers no omo finance President Mahama campaign and untina the commitment to arrest them, the commitment to fight Galamsey no ontimi nye ana. These are some of the questions that some of us sometimes will sit and ask ourselves because it is so sad to say with all this state security state apparatus no yen to me investigation afini abusumi ni achi no yen to me nti ni ba akopɛ say nipa we and a tie Galamsey achi nti ya che no ye kokɔ the prosecutor ama I serve as deterrent to others to stop. Nothing has been done. Nothing has been done. And for that matter no maybe they mean about the commitment of His Excellency, the current president, to fight Galamsey a year, Obusamia is about 10%. Because for me, from 2025 January 7th to a May, Echo May and the Ayeka President, you know, Bibian Chair Ghana, Fon Chair, you say, or ko galamsey me na me catch you say when no mo fa francophonie na a job for the party people.
Okay.
And nema no mo ye ni na no. E party for e no mo form so mo ko ye adwuma na obi sa ho say soja from ko gyina nsuo mu di tuo kompo o mo for galamsey no. Na wo say black and white when ko gyina nsuo mu dia o den na obetimi aye. What at all? And as sankofo na afraid ma form say o ko mi kro mo ne nam ho.
Blue water guards.
Then omo ye. So
we don't go. The sea is the reports
don't even go. That is what I'm saying. Say if we are committed to to Galam, President Mahama is committed. Say Galamsey no obeya with all the state apparatus we have in this country now. Only any excuse. Only any excuse. Na ya na me yes sad say. Nyame fa ne kransie ye nua o mane boama. Onso dum se kufo edua na yina yetina ya from Nkwalase a nyame fa ne kransie say na onam kwan so kokan galamsey nsensem no ahwe ne nkwa na ade we sei no nipa ni na no ani party phone timi nya tema se kwan a ye nuam ifa so wi enti ye gina so na e de sigalamsey no pan kwata wo man ya na ya sometimes when you think about it first man for afa kwan so ahwe nkwa and yet their own people are not committed for the cause for which they died. Yes, sad. We did this. So my bush phone power no mutie some of the comments of NDC communicators and even the president. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matemeda say, Honorable.
I want to say something about a video as well. Kasa we na Emma say kumudi na ede amaye. Because me they be make Ghana eson say amanyu ko ni nyina. Ade to Ghana maya atuye nyina ye galamsey na yansa yare aba na kidney ankola nya yare ye wo kola still birth na bi ni sani ho ni weni wa e ba ne say nya say MPP ana NDC o etua Ghana fo nyina ara ye nyina etie ye tukwan e bi ameka se mikrom otirigin ye nya galamsey ho jaga beka bi enfa me ho na se mitukwan ko Ghana fa ne nyina Same kwa medidi.
Enuane ne nso ha.
Same kwa menum nso. Sa akra ha na eti bia na edi nyina no. Dodo na so free areas na eba. Enti enye onipa ba kwa asem. Na ankanya the way amini akasa kosi. Enam sa amanfo hwe na bia na amanfo bi we free nti no. Na nka meso ma call back in history. Na ma start be body. Na me kan kasem na me equalization. Does it help us to solve the problem? The reality is that galamsey nyene na chase Ghana. Abambia especially Africa form resuba Rollins and Rollins and take galamsey be Ghana sa.
If Professor Mills Kufo
every president whereby first president Mama Akufo-Addo Mama again ya take galamsey say be Ghana. Na yen nyina je tum so kona ko hwe ye kwaye the way a ye fa so de adwuma wo mu ye nsuo ne ye bibia na ha adwen. And yes, we can do the politicking. In my mind, a time should come when you now sit around a table and say enough of the politicking. Can we find a lasting solution? And can we board the conversation?
Are we not there?
But what was it? No, I say no. Obitin China manye the same thing. And I be a federal court now. MP can say Potosia and also. No, but you see, sometimes no, Anka. Okay, I'll not go to my baby, na be na nyede. But media ade ko etia Ghana nyina no. A time should come, all of us should come together. Na yeso ano. Enye se na me mu abamu nti na me kasa asesa. Ono opposition ti no can differently. E china table ni sa na fi na conventional dance. It doesn't help this country. Na amanyo sembebrebe na ye de achesa ade we mu no. Eno nso na amase ntimi enku enti asam. Obi ya de enya, obi di bone a Ghana ye omrew. Ye che no atwena so. Ye bisa se anye bia party be na odom no. Na me kan wate ase. So ye NDC ni, so ye CPP, so ye PPP, whatever party, why ye bone atia Ghana mra. But as long as ye di party ntade be share nipa asimasi ye NDC ni eno ye galamsey asimasi ye MPP ni ye galamsey no na ekono aye den
na ye president Mahama ne kan
na ekono aye den Enti yemfa ne say ya yesa nyama we san. At what point are we going to put the brakes? Na yemfa nsu ade. Na yenkyere won say na ekoso no embua bebre. Hwe almost all the government that have come and passed or come and gone. Go and check. Omo nyina to anamo bako mienu miensa bi. Say they resolve this galamsey issue. Question is, have we been able to resolve it completely? Abide intervention, you will see some successes and you see some failures. But from where we are now, the evidence available to all of us, they say, the failures outweigh the successes that we achieve by the interventions that we implement. And so can we go back and, as I said, to resolve this issue once and for all? Not too long ago say, Ghana is not an island to itself. A man be brave and I said be almost too gold. A crime ban almost fast almost too gold. I said be near who may muno. Sanya money be ain't serious. I mind. Can we learn from them? Can we bring same thing here? Share up until say, yedi sa bulldozer ni nyamanya di beshe small scale mining muno. Galamsey has always been with us and nobody complain. Because na nanamo mre so there. Enye asoso ya na tutu fema na enye bi na ehune yeko. Tem na ye bi wu kwan. E ma manonefo. E bi machines akese di beshe mu no. Ena me be do sa pepe so yo. Ena me be do sa pepe so yi. And then you can't even tell the difference between small scale mining and Galamsey. You can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference. Because Oko quite not going to do mining for no while. Or better in Krata actually say, me won't Krata you say me a small scale miner. But my activities no operations no. Illegal. Illegal. Oko fire man out here. Running in that down Ghana ya to Yamani na ye. Ye mran nature. In fact, their constitution. I think Article 276 and at 277. Eka say a good day in never Ghana habia e was a semony nano. A mind dia. And say good day on the person to hold it in trust for the people is the president of the Republic of Ghana. And Tifa and say, please, if I had as I said, that you have only a surface right to the land. All the minerals beneath the earth crust belong to the state. And look at the certain about the Mana Aisha too or no. Odo Kukuha, Odo Ediane, and Nekahunina. Mekon and S, Mekojin Krata, as a good waha. It will be too good. Me and know the minerals rights over the land. Me will to me what I said also saying. Wow. ABA Alodia holder of the land and I said whatever, you have the surface right over the land. That's a law. The night to idea Juma. Met me have boss more than 10 interventions and this year by a to say the Juma way. Also as now can be this National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat STRP. Activities where you be brave. You track or check for so near chest cavita, near Shannon. Near almost village in Nana, they get to near Papa, near Pamomo. Don't we see it? We start them all the time. Some of the forest reserve now for now taking over fully. We were able to sack them from the forest, reclaim the forest, and the military factory at us almost train. Some for blue water gas. I come once me. Yankaso Monkonomoko Galamsey yes in brown. Yes, say, you're no more priority any yensu. The way I use than condensed milk, no. Yen penis is affecting aquatic life and everything. And to move there, moon nam na moon in chain. Moon so will be yes, you mana. Sang go for a number for you, almost area more about money. Almost they comprised of soldiers and police and the rest, and they are well suspectedly armed. And no make me up on about the store. The truth is that if you go to there, go and check, you can ask everybody. The timidity of our waters in the mining areas and the rest. Don't know AI Papa send why we came to inherit. But your man can be.
So can't there so man.
We say my okay na kanya me dey. Old na how beside me say e ba ban mo no. Say be hono ya me ache no. So me Galamsey man. Na me no na original chama gina court. Original chairman court.
Original chairman.
Onim.
Well, no, Onim Attorney General so the bar say he's not involved in illegal mining.
Now, you never cause illegal mining.
They
took him to court, say he was mining in the forest reserve. You know it. So why are you doing that subject?
Forest reserves.
Yes.
Doing what?
Without license, without permits.
What of that illegal activities then so?
Oh, mommy, yes, I knew.
Yeah, but a part of it until say later.
That is not a subject matter.
No.
Argument on no reason and say since I buy no.
So can say
and I make sure and say no chairman court whatever the charges are. I'm not discussing the charges. Or see a chobi and I make kind of say chobi cry or no regular chairman want to me court. Whatever charge they are slapping on him, no. It's not my subject matter. Robert and I allegation say even our national executives are involved in corruption. Abaya obetinya
correct me. I didn't say the national executives are involved in corruption. I didn't say that.
In my friend is saying galamsey activities.
Oh, you so alleged.
I involved in galamsey activities. Abaya okuntia boneye. On one necrofompo. Or suspect you of me to an amofound. Saban by papa. When allegations were made again, not any ordinary person, national organizer of our party. Yabana can say I'm sorry, a national organizer. He led the charge for us to go into elections and win elections. You know, Yajano Ho. Just they should investigate him. Waba was a good rule. Could your government be able to do anything like that? Professor Primo about a report in Kankai. We are winning now. I don't want to go into those areas.
Now, diplomatic now the focus should be on the financiers.
See, this call, some of us have made this call long before now. We have made, and I've always been against the fact that Galamsey site. Now these boys who are doing the mining, they are too, because it's been established that these boys don't have the financial without. Soka koto excavator, all the heavy equipment almost be a way. And their financials who are sitting far off, who are sponsoring these activities. This is a concept of I've made several years ago, not today. Not today. Say we should investigate further and look at the sponsors. Those who are benefiting. Those boys only go there to look for their daily breads. Okay. What does government do? One say time never to much Galamsey no. I am one of the persons who opposed excavators. One of the persons I call Debbie. And can excavators no cry. You farmer these assemblies. Ne fire quine. So excavators no. You fire land reclamation. Baby, I say quiet no. But Uncle I can say and share. Then what they have at the back of their mind is that. So now also think crying. Oh, you're a big man. And the was near excavator that command but go there. Otu no ho TV says excavator I got turn over $250,000 near the petrol goes near Shena. Wakuma bete. Ebeye oya. That's the psychology behind what they were trying to do and achieve. And some of us say it's not the case. To suggest that foreigners are baha and AU paying for about the cancer, was it the first time foreigners are making a call into our Galamsey issues? Our Galamsey issues are on BBC, they are on CNN, they are all over the international media.
Okay.
And yeah, no. So now the authorities say foreigners are getting involved in this conversation now, and the work it's a subject matter that has found expression on very high international stages across the world. Because World Health Organization had a cause to complain about the Galamsey and the pollution of our water bodies. And then no be aba have can one say ma what they are trap here say and I say am put them and I say am put their brofo na get brandy and I build it na ba. Okay.
It is a work can say me no one fact to be enter to our own. No one can tell me say me kwa sorry. Me that's why. Over
they can say you be out charges that they can judge yourself.
Me view over your brain. Over Nsembia.
Platform is so bad. I'm very careful. So the person can be no. When person make try na me diabolics. And I say propaganda. But member was Nsroma mention Dr. Adekye Nsroma on an year. Omo London, omo here live. We're commenting about GH, Finta GH attack, you know. That's happening. And somehow happen na Anka Kingsley, maybe or shall say figure about his frustration and disappointment about say he has taken AU envoy to charge the government of the day. Say
They go after financiers.
Sincerely speaking, that was going to be my premise. Sincerely speaking, I feel ashamed that it has to take an AU envoy. But like Freddie Kayan, it is here. The videos and even the interviews are here. Even former president has been interviewed before, BBC, or Marka and someone, and right. But I'm saying, say, I check for Samren, I do some pensui. Now we have to have another foreign entity, an envoy to come and tell us the same thing. If you are asking me, say, being ready, the John Mahama administration, or more, you more, baby, or Memoha, and Omugusoya. Now, say,
with regards to Galamsey,
there be
okay, general,
yes,
okay.
Governors. Men are micro marking scheme now. Member 80%.
Okay.
20% na Kano. 10% against him for Galamsey. And a 10% near others, in my opinion.
Okay.
Now, you see, I mean, can't get Kitwa Bincho. A home here to them, I mean, a doctors on my platform and on my bonkomo. Also, Charlie, I'm a very sad man this morning. No, it was so. I did CS at 3 a.m. for a minor, 12 to 13 years. Surgery went very well. Both children, mother and units are fine. Or for two people, back when you're 12 years, yes. Back when you're 13 years. And I was in Kolanum, Hoyemum, or Mamemoso, Hoye. But I decided to report the case to the police because at her age, she can't even give consent for sex. But after telling the police, the story they told, after telling the police, the story they made me feel was very, very weird. And I said they made me feel very, very weird. In fact, that is the word. They made me feel very, very weird. The commander, whom they asked me to speak to on the phone, actually asked me, so why have you come to the police? Is it because of the pregnancy or the operation? The CID, who took my statement, told me here, making the case, the girl's family may want to resolve it by taking money. I just told him I am not oblivious to that, but I just don't want to live with that guilt of being the doctor in such a case and keeping quiet about it. And other doctors say, this is poverty. I can understand. But you have another doctor. Or say, bro, I'm having the numbers here because of Galamsey, even with rape and defilement. And they use ADR,
that is alternative dispute resolution.
Until the police are aware of what is happening at the Galamsey site. But through rape and then other things, police now as a result of poverty or whatever it is, no more kojiska, no more giant. So much is going on there. And now I can say, oh, well, as for me, if I see it 1,000,000 times, I'll report 1,000,000 times. I can't live with the guilt. Now,
so are you here because of operation or the pregnancy and I say rape?
The gravest dent on the government of the day is Galamsey. All the sectors, they are doing all right, in my opinion. All the sectors, they are performing. I will not sit here and say NIMOS is not working. NIMOS is working, And you see, I have said it on this platform severally. I do not want to hear say a China ya bona must be to your and a blue water guard be to a
and one video I report say here we sunny to go omo cast so a na treat omo car ho nti die na kire say nyame anye wo madoma
in fact sister me cancer before that incident no crap e platform yaso and probably I'm the only person who has been consistent saying as the government of the day when they were in opposition preached about their members who preached about state of emergency. I am urging the president declare state of emergency at the affected areas. And then saying ya takwa aboso enkofo edan ya omosi omotimo mu ne so te dem Chinese for ne Ghana for ya wura ase tutu amedana buogo kro now His Excellency the President in his briefing to Ghana or say to be able to bring down and also to reduce galamsey no omonde mining companies akese na kasa say omo concession akese bebre na wo ho na omo city some part bi emfa ma some communities nti as most works arrest the people or whatever it is no those people who are interested and still wants to do the galamsey no they will be sent to that site so that that mining company would supervise and can there a chain way when we say also cancer assembly has it been implemented when the people are arrested are they cautioned and say yeah the more koha now the next time beche no dey jail straight or whatever
now they all come
maintain assembly for puyebium emrechi ya a Heat Gold Fields, 100% owned Ghanaian mining company. I'll be taking over from a foreign gold reserve, a FGR. A FGR Jagu and Yakakitwa. But Heat Gold Goldfield, Omaba Heat Goldfield, Omaba be making sure say Omo to two no ye come de workers in now or more training in. The foreign company invested just about $5 million in the span of 4 years. The new Ghanaian-owned company, within 4 months, I invested more than $50.2 million. The foreigner not they won't electricity, won't Senate, workers, workers and soccer for 2 years plus. Ghana near Beji. I don't want to mention the owner's name. But Ghana near Beji, our money 100% owned. As you see, your motor 2 number. Heat Goldfield, as see the part of their concession. So more the locals, no, or more instead about galamsey dear corner be ye concession anymore. Now you're supervising. This is what we want. Indeed, I am pleading with the president. Or catch her and say. The measures that they have put in place have not been exhausted. It is for that reason it not declare state of emergency. And that if he is advised to take action, to declare state of emergency, he will not hesitate. Your Excellency, I think that we've gone to a certain extent where casualties are becoming one too many. People are just being raped and impregnated at any point in time. They don't care about their age, etc. People give birth and then the child is deformed. The records are there. And some of the communities, almost slow some Chinese there are so much bottlenecks, protocols as to we are Ghanaian first. The land belongs to us. No government can ban mining in this country. But to say the name of church, do responsible mining. If there are people who are refusing the government order that do responsible mining, what do we do to them? I see a two also say more ding. We cannot continue to let the turbidity of the waters that we experienced in the past continue to be the same thing. Over Mills so they introduced some measures. Knows Mahama to curb illegal mining. Now the bar bet so He even put a moratorium of 2 years or so. Said na obia enye mining. Nkrofo tie mu ye demonstrations a kire na ebebie mu no ye nyere hu ye esiye because it was aligned to they themselves. In fact, say who can ye pa nkrofo mo chef from pa mo to galamsey no. He said the Rema Hama kan on kan say na ba mu fo no nkrofo ni bi nka ho. But then the two parties omo nkrofo do na she wuram ho. Yen kan say mo bi entu two who to now cover to no say ya more concession who papers who to now who reclaim it obian who obetu so sa that common sense keke say yen kan say entu na emu nkotu nsuo ano ehuru ngu nsuo pe nsuo anase to form twensuo na fa tu who to no na wo cover na wo dua and no problem. I mean simple order
but when him so say woman 9 months for two almost saying now so na it illegally. So what is the problem? To say they can here, can AFA too, but reclaim the land.
Oh,
now assassinating to me and regain the near so you know coconut.
Yes.
You know you bit me a JJB so. What's the why?
Ni passe there be men pensa. No adanjo.
What we are told is a gold man a ball. What we are not doing enough, we are not doing enough research. And research better say a born out here no and only and to to exact point. But I say and say and someone may be a born opportunity no scavenging or ban no tour and to name baby portia obey porno na ben we no. And so if we can do more research, now you actually say, okay, I'm not quite away this acre of land, or Hana then war. Now, Mukomadi Okwa, Hana Bay or pond to sue of them, now be a
tailings down.
That's right. Them now you win now, oh, you know, Sikana on your free on a percentage is taken away from you. And one year reclamation, a third group is following. Why can't we get this in that?
I think gold, you know, there are systems, machines are bad. What in amongst us, also quite detected.
Detectors are high.
So one of the things that you meet to me as of mine, say, or mine Nankasa can afford those machines. Then, yeah, the concession in Mawa before us all become mining. Machines is given to you at a fee. And to what site, what would him say? May the quickest and I bulldoze and see her say, this area,
I bet
gold, what I say. And you see, in most cases, sometimes the new mumpa the license in Mumpa, yes, I don't know. Other people,
Kingsley,
what I say,
this machine I will come here. Say a banker's or top machine, it is going to be politicized.
Says yeah, I'm
yes.
Contract the person will be
first of all, it will be politicized. Now, secondly, no, so no, ban also no nkasa so on fan come will be on him so you understand? Yeah, the menu usika. His excellency Nanado, to gold catches. Maku ha.
Na drones no grow. We have drones.
Gold catchers, no. It is one of the best means or machines who be used to mine. They are responsible. I won't say 100. Bisa say one year chairman. I don't know. Say on a mobile, have you taken stock of the gold catchers? Is there any accountability as to the proceeds? Because so it does not belong. And so, young for a chairman, almost a community mining, who were involved in charge of the community mining. Ya told me, I am fooling him say, God na galamse na yetunkra, there's a funny video, viral, very, very viral. You could see what he be, or the person of book, and what you could see what he know. Nti, or he can see, name, any idea branch here could dinner. And now branch and Ankasa too, no to no cancel. Me wa fani na me odikros ho so nie. And I know if I said for Mike and Mammy, and I know if I J. Or say I quite original. Me wa fa se pa no. Me wa fa se pa no. Na Say base galamse pa galamse ti wo man yi edi ye kurenye
Ole otu
ono bo microphone na branch ye ti we koko a ye abusuya koko no ye ntono enu ho nsem bebre abranch ye ogina hoyi wo se obi akodi di oba atem na ye didi oba atem nti wo samo nipa no wa ne fie odi asem wo se nipa no betwa enwan enwotwe omo kan na enwan ne beka ebeye nan se won fra enwan enan mra nipa no wo man 1 week no wanya enwan na ma okofa de boto na ogina ho we criminal papa nti se mo de ni besi wo hene dia
ene tiate
as I'm getting
I'm telling you viral big ayo ka ye besi ni wo fa se hene
na samo
ana ko pen na no kan no se no wa fa kwa gina no se fa ma hilo
and that yanya amane ni
what see the hene
what describing as criminal you understand nti Nsroma ha best 4 years ago young guy be ekum ne girlfriend ne mame no na o ye yem so certain o ye queen mother o de ne bana sa edne bai on wan kasa man so police station sometime o se mo fa ntum se wo beku
obi ba
you see so yen mobi ya boa e mankrofo di bone omo ntumi e mo mankrofo di bone omo ya ketewa bi o mem ha it is if we are able to call them out. So I have you say or anyway, you say this way as soon as or one or more two galamse. Let's call them out. Into me, my conclusion on this matter, the galamse menace, if the president doesn't take decisive action, it is going to render Namos useless. Because Namos is doing everything possible. Now, Crawford no more Pedro Mone Cabor, and no education about responsible mining. And just say, Kingsley rightly said, people have died because of that. The same statement Kingsley make here, I've made it on this platform several times. Say, at least we should do something in honor of the deceased. Our more call education tier, a more effort social more. Into one penny yes throw. A juma dia more bo. Nagalam say no a max. Into share. No for another strategy. A bit detail everybody. You cannot not in the professional way. Not to any parent that one
and another thing, say I think say omobet me take out hindrance. Me see me tell you did 9 months at home come I na ken obo honestly because sometimes they can't even come out to talk about it.
He has the zeal,
you know, but okay we go to the abon because someone also almost the way almost say aggressive
they are armed so we must take. And yes, sir, they will become, it's not that they will become. They are, as we speak, a terrorist on us. And so, if we have military, whose mandate is to defend the country when there's aggression, now there's aggression within, and you cannot defend us. Now,
as some of our Kwame Bwedi, and so, Madam, good morning. Thank you for your amazing work. In fact, what a man read is very true. It's going on in our villages, and police is the most serious problem on Galamsey. They are talking about Nkolano or the Omokwa Nase. Where they say they be all better na say what cheer from Bob no run to. It's of I always so work towards it, but there will be sort of confirmation at the Aba.
Galamsey assembly there. Say the Dika Yena Kekama. Kidi say the back stops with President Maham. Say no more opposition, no more war remedy, no gidi no. More for remedy.
More implement.
See, I want to say, no more legend say DC because the tax for Galamsey for. Why something reading?
I was it a I think it's a joy news in a year, sir.
DC Galamsey for no more, you know. What did you? Now DC we see the entire movie. We see that. And you know, I was say your president also serious commitment. On the fight
commitments in the ones be because we intensify.
Me da me hu ye de o ho no me hu ye
okay Martin me ho ye next
of can be say he said be bia of system no more see you.
Of my own kind of stuff, of my own bottom. What so position to the
Yeah, but see, boys, no. The boys need you 200 so much for 400. System why
kids into one can say.
And why?
And I will be a day grows. Last story showdown.
Also, I'm now, so I can't make on the bachelor.
Showdown looms over mid-year budget as minority threatens legal action. Na enedom kuma wo mashebe dwemu na ekasei. Wo mo say 33 bills were pushed through under agency provision. Now we say yade omo ntena honest aban na ya cheche omo majority ni ntena omo cheche omo nsa e de egu mechi aban say reset agenda we say a fairly poto ene NHI areas no na delay emebu no munye adwuma enye echesensem ne de mwanyan nti sa aban na kase wa reset ya mabibia aye o kan no ono ba mesa say
o de be sa ne bre bim no bi o de fi ase
so ene ma mesa say showdown looms over mid-year budget as minority threatens legal action. Instead of not make sure so almost all share a certificate of agency. The way I buy the abusing no. I did almost want to know and share. And I'm kind of 33 bills were pushed through under agency provisions. Reset agenda and so some feeling.
In a democracy, I did opposition bet me and so because I'm a brave. But sometimes I share because I'm not a man broswa. You lose your relevance. Obi an take you serious view.
Been saying you dey know who ni say sanity and so grandpa na sala me manen.
Kasa ne there because we become kasa bebre. Ba ban so be ye ne a odwen se be boa timam fo ne nyina. En so kasa so no kakasa e de nimunyam be brew. E ma manfo nya gide bi wo mu. Amanfo be take you serious. Ba ze de bia de o kasa be do maybe no. O kasa kura kra ntie obi. Na me gina efidie so aka kire NDC fo nyinara. Anytime bia oye bibi na o say before kasa de tiasa de na e kire so ma say sa de na ya de pa ebu aga na man sa de na ya de a e ha omo e betima mo atina opposition ma na je enu nti no mo krista sa de no o kai set up gold board embu aka si a gold board e bu aga na ne say kan anka e gold na individuals na nam na kwa ma no ne ene ya centralizing ni na omanya onfaso no you saw the attack on the good boss so ene road ministry ena madwuma pa man peni jomama ne menua peni kwa me agboja ye se Ghana nyina bedane construction site nti afa ma sore prekope ena so na ka yemra ho ni American ko si a chere ndisi for peni fo nyina o moti anopa ne se sometimes we pay too much attention to MPP. And sometimes we take them too serious. It is not in our interest as a government, as a party. A time has come, you must treat the MPP as though they don't exist. Saturday now, okay, bia. Just say offer me, no matter me take. They deserve that type of attitude sometimes.
They deserve them to make. I know Benyo. Sana with position exist. The family and the boomer. It's me female.
Now yeah, who be distracting me? Now my man just me. Now my check camera, no my camera to me. MPP, the agenda is to distract you. The agenda is for you to fail. Because no more pay answer per 2 minutes. 2 minutes so amusa kan amufanya de papa bia.
Okay.
Enti nyame kan say sometimes and most times we should pretend they don't exist. We should not pay heed to them. We didn't form a government today because MP voted for us. Ghana for no mun MP for no to abade maye. They are the people we must listen to. They are the people we must pay attention to. As for MPP, I'm coming to me here. Yankofa. You usa about obi ma. Ne de edwuma Na Saturday na ebe di actually they will distract us. They can organize a press conference within their right to do so.
Okay, no,
they can do demonstrations within their right to do so. I am so excited to say the president is very focused, the government machinery is very focused, and every well-meaning Ghanaian can attest to the fact say aban papa ba.
Okay.
And no man so etu anamon ko.
Na
say finish but I'm very here.
Oh no, but me so wait your time na so I man 3 minutes.
No, no, okay. I say almost then the Ghana say aba be ending.
Also
the researching agenda na feel.
I feel.
I'm now be now one cancer. When not me about 2028. And then the more can work on kwa.
Mate, me so 3 minutes why me so.
Honorable Fred Abino.
Member me dey kan say.
So we humble pa. Na say the arrogant talking yes. What party there anodin. Ghana for no I to abama mo no. And pretend they say omo exist to Ghana bio.
Me say Ghana for say people for na people Ghana for.
Ghana for.
Na people me Ghana for.
Hey, people for
Ghana. See me aba. I reho sempa ne say wo ho. Alimentarians no. Omo ye nipa o. Sebi omo ye nipa pa. Ai djuma na omo ye no. Ese mo mo kwan no mo ho. Na certificate under emergency what can I say? Agency. Yes. Idea be as a COVID by ye pese ye bibi gidi as a parliament and no more you know. But idea was
emergency amomo issue
that mo pese mo ye no mafia
ntina Ghana for vote wo mo out.
Mo pese mo ye no mafia we gidi. Why? And you say odo dia want me anka asem ho asem. One can't answer because enough fair.
Is it against the law?
You see, and against the law. No, Honorable Kwame Abuja, Oba no Bija TV no complaining. And mobilization, they want to make contact left. We say, oh yes, so now. Company no a woman no do workers here nearby. Then Nanka we expect it.
No, Bramgas also one heckle.
Workers now, oh no, Juma no. Company now, woman, the workers here no back open. Then I will expect someday. You see, I didn't the fact that one Ramuno doesn't mean say or see abuse. That is the problem I have with the current and this minor. We be all Rambiano, they want to abuse it. What is not
okay,
so in some opposition and minority for Nakano. Someone so almost say almost practice democracy papa dear. I was some did it near dear in the way and ran no and answer bills na kono. You bet me peruse documents ye na ba bonten abebo man nyina.
Okay.
You see, my friend Agbanyon yes. You see, when this MVP were by those days, you know, me can be a man for say free education. Is there I don't know some mantra. O can be a number form, but the other boy on the streets, no no. Other boy on the streets, no. I know to your rent 200, so to your rent 400 to ordinary person or ton I sort I know to your electricity 150 Ghana cedis, no to electricity 600 Ghana cedis. Those are the bread and butter issues, sir. And what say you share? Now mo kan ho asem ne kan na be ka che say ye still Ghana there. Ghana 40 you.
Yo, matter.
Ghana for na don't count. 1 second per time.
Honorable.
Under NPP, oh, the return I mentioned under NPP, 2007 to 2024. Omo issue 56 bills under certificate of agency. 56.
8 years, no.
Within 8 years.
8 years. Now what we see here is here.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, issue.
And
now, so
you know, minority, that's their responsibility. So they keep your buying on its toes, and I say on her toes. But and somehow, I must say the plans and policies of the economic whole thing, it is growthless, it is cosmetics. It is jobless, etc., etc. I think, so we share statistics regarding the growth of this country over the past 1.5 years now. There is progress. nobody can deny that. There's progress. And I will share.
I just say Kingsley.
I just say
nobody can deny that. I just say Kingsley.
But I didn't expect him to praise the government. No, I can
Kingsley,
no, I didn't expect him to praise. I can and if you look at job creation too, and also say they are doing fairly well, but we need more job creation. The 24, in my opinion, it appears to me the private sector are not hooking onto it the way some of us expected.
I want to say a demand of our.
No, what I'm saying, there was the need for a policy, LI, Anambwa, and in taking one day so. On my year, within this 1.5 years, and they've been able to come out with the necessary laws like back at the 24-hour economy. And if we are judging them by the 24-hour economy job boosting, we should take it from when the policy was signed.
So if anything, it has to start from next year now, and that's maybe end of this year.
1 minute of your
Hey,
time.
1 minute, 3 minutes.
Many, we are, and our person
Oh, say,
okay.
See, offer the commitment of 24-hour economy policy. President Obama, good board. How many months were they good board acting? How many months? So if they were committed
okay.
process.
Are we not working on the process? We are doing part
we are working on it. I have seen the markets being built.
But hospitals abandoned.
There will be some job creation, kakra. And at least the big push and other normal cost, job creation in Jumano Ibiano. And I don't see the plans, the economic plans, as jobless. Job creation is continuum, or we do it consistently. It continues. Or NPP couldn't create all the jobs that Ghanaians need. The NDC we have today cannot create all the jobs that Ghanaians need. But we must be able to go to a certain extent and reduce the unemployment rate. What I suggest to government, I'm a fee, say, job creation. Say a banker say be a juma to say state farms I can see. The finance minister inspected or visited a certain banana farms, and I am told that it is the largest in Africa or across the globe or something like that. But it's owned by foreigner. Let's assume a bayankasa that type of farms. It means that you would have created massive job. Say a meat factory now be here. His Excellency John Mahama revamped the Kumasi shoe factory. I don't know the state of it today. Mekase or the Mpabwani Bikurapo Eche school koda. What is the state of that factory today? What is the state of the Commander Sugar factory? What is the state or the state of the Afife rice? All these things. I say a ban pompis kawum. Na say a ban behavior. Or between the amount private management board. Na or more and manage.
Okay.
That will create a lot of employment. If you want to rely only on the private sector, you will fail fairly well, because the rating we are on B now.
Okay.
I think
it's B plus.
B plus.
People are saying,
from junk.
we are not stealing money in our pocket. The fact of the matter is that I used to buy fuel at a certain price.
40 per liter.
The money has come to my pocket, but because you are not seeing, you don't want to look at it as physical. But no matter so, there's money coming into your pocket.
Okay.
This is almost 70. This is almost 70.
Ukraine, Russia, Iran.
Iran
a member of parliament, Emma Gwansaso, and Kingsley Ofosu Ntiamwa, a member of communications, New Patriotic Party. Oraya Wasani Tano, a political analyst, and a ne Omobekai home my Yedim Komo. Made that was mame enda wase mame enda wase pa na birthday wish wo hobansa na no mame en momodene en kanfo MSP 30 enfa emma wo se wo irregular menses wo scanty menses wo no menses a mo efra na amenorrhea anase wo hormonal imbalance wo PCOS wo heavy menses any infertility a me paucho adru abeboa wo pa MSP 30 enti ene ba bibia wo bia ma won sanka bi na beboa wo pa frey e was 0541727818 0541727818 upe a free online consultation your doctor se kuku damo a mo te kira wo so ene obedi nkomo na sa hawo ya mebobo so nyina won so wetimi enya emunchi mu no nya wayare sanso ede free mo mamemfa birthday wish no entwa so happy birthday to honorable entry Kakari Patrick adodo na efrewo KK sharp we assembly member ewo atwede in Ashanti Acham. Okay, enti Charles or say of UTV say oh my happy birthday. So happy 40th birthday to wonderful niece Angela Appear crying CEO of Sweet and Spicy Kitchen Services ewa plaku enti nyame onhra wonti efri Uncle Sami Yirinchi any HF Grills any abusuani nyina say omoma happy birthday nyame onhra na wonye okese no onto wonkwa ennem nso pa saso and a happy birthday to Mr. Odro husband we kunu Esther and Eunice woma and so Mrs. Joyce Odro on your 60th birthday we say we love you and may the Lord keep you and grant you good health and long life. In birthday wishes see every Mr. Odro honomo into say Mrs. Joyce Odro wedding finishia edusia into one emani abusuani nyina ema wutiri nkwa se nyame enkoso enhira wo onye okese no nto wo nkwa nem saso na Mrs. Frida ewuku of Lands Commission we say every cousin David Pablo of UTV and the entire family ni nyina se omo happy glorious birthday nyame won hira won to won kwanemu na wonye okese disi weni so nyame ma ne mremu mfa mount Mrs. Frida ewuku of Lands Commission if your cousin David Pablo of UTV ni abusuani nyina se omo happy birthday nyame won hira no wonye okese nyame adomo ochina onim say yenwanu mozamifo wo mo eda nte ya fofida kese pa na me hwe ni mu senka interior minister ebe issue statement o once always be as a drew ya fofida ya no issue e confirm me say people were wondering say and for leader na say nyame admochna yenwanu mozamifo afofida kese pa globally nti mame enda possible beauty house as won dey say me ti kama nti for possible was 0246811026 for any chest painters Udru Manage Junction when each Lekma Hospital or adjacently hospital nti call na won so onsiesie uche ho mfama ti honorable so mo hanyina o mo form adofo no mo possible mo nwi papa ti say luxury or na eno any possible asara kese enkoma obi bi oje bra o she dwumadie the entire crew ewo echigina pa nti odunfo hu ye mobode yawada edomi Adekye Nsroma wo homanti nyame admoche enwanum bozemi fo mam baleka de sala o nyame hwabno ntimonim emfa mam mosomfo abena chei boache na mebeso mo nesa bride makra